Hello and welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Aileen Senpai. I'm a streamer on Twitch, an amateur singer, and a lover of all kinds of music. Now, with all of the variety of music we've been listening to lately on this channel, I've been seeing the name Rush a lot. Like, a lot. And some of y'all getting a little upset and yelling at me for not listening to Rush sooner. And honestly, I hear you. And I'm not even mad because shame on me. It's been way long overdue. But today is finally the day that we get to discover this band. And a lot of y'all seem to kind of know me a little bit well due to these past reactions, so you've all already said I'm going to enjoy this one very much. So I know I'm in good hands because you always give me the best of the best. But before I press play on this one, I did want to say a special thank you because we did hit 70,000 subscribers on this channel, and I would have never guessed a couple months ago that we would have made all these accomplishments. So thank you so very much for all of the love and support lately. Do want to say, if you do enjoy these videos, please be sure to leave a thumbs up on this one, and don't forget to subscribe and ring that bell as it helps me out greatly, and you will never miss another one of my reactions ever again. With that being said, let's get started with Rush's Spirit of the Radio. Okay, we're already barely a minute into the song, and I'm already digging in it. You all know me so well. I love how groovy it feels. That bass is so killer. But what's really getting me is all of these tempo changes. It goes, it started off with like a teaser, like they're teasing you a bit, and they give it to you, and then they take it away, and then they give it back to you. It's almost like they want you to get excited for the song before the song has even started, which is fantastic. I'm loving this just so very much, but that bass right there is just giving me so much life, and I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I'm gonna go back just a bit, just so we don't miss anything, and I don't want to mess with the flow of anything, but y'all understand we got to do these pauses. Y'all know the drill, but let's continue. Okay, this one comment I gotta make. I struggle quite a bit whenever I'm playing the same note that are the same notes that are being played on the guitar. The horrible impression, but you get what I'm trying to say. Those being played over and over again. It sounds very simple, right? Like, oh, but honestly, I feel like sometimes that's the hardest to get right, especially when it's played throughout a whole song. Mostly because you have to keep the tempo and not mess up. Now go too fast. Not go too slow. You got to get it just right the entire song, which is very tricky. So that alone is just very impressive, and it's also kind of like if someone is holding a necklace up to me and I'm just kind of like like it just is putting you in a trance, almost hypnotizing you, especially with all of this artwork. And I do dig this style. I'm really loving this. It just feels so groovy and inviting and refreshing and fresh, even though this is older. It still has so much youthfulness to it. And I feel like this song, I know this is listening in 2022, I know this is older, but I feel like this is definitely aged like fine wine, because even today I'm already soaking this in and I feel so alive. But yeah, this is fantastic. Thank you so much for recommending me this. I'm so excited to hear more Rush because all of the comments, you guys have shown me so many songs, so I feel like I'm in for such an amazing ride. So yeah, let's just let's just continue to enjoy this journey together. But let's continue with the song.
Your honesty, yeah, your honesty. One likes to believe in the freedom of music, but glittering prices and endless compromises shatter the illusion of integrity, yeah.
Is that a brain?
Invisible airwaves crackle with life, bright and tender bristle with the energy. Emotional feedback on a timeless wavelength, bearing a gift beyond price, almost free. Of the prophets were written on the studio wall. Concert hall.
I want to hear that part one more time. It sounded a little like reggae-ish, very, very groovy. I'm digging so much all of these tempo changes. They're just making my brain, my eardrums explode. So satisfying. Yeah, I want to hear that reggae bit just one more time.
Of the prophets were written on the studio wall.
That was fantastic. What a beautiful tribute as well. I know that he was, one of the legendary drummers. A lot of y'all have been telling me to check out Rush just because of Neil Peart, and I feel so honored to have listened to this with you all watching. I thought that was a whole masterpiece. I thought that was absolutely special. I mean, the theme of the song was very, very obvious. A beautiful tribute to the radio, and that beautiful tribute at the end, of course, for Neil Peart, who is sadly no longer with us. I know a lot of y'all have been pushing me to check him out, saying that he was one of the greatest of all time, and I am so excited to hear more of him and honor his legacy, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people, as they were younger, as they were kids, probably saw him play, and that inspired them as well to pick up the instrument and be just like Neil, which is such a wonderful thing. But what a beautiful tribute. I loved so much the little attention to detail in the video, even the fretboards on the guitar were the little nods on the radio. I thought that was really special as well. But I mean, honestly, when you think about it, I mean, it's not that prevalent nowadays, but back then, the radio was everything. That's, where people discovered new artists, had it in the background. Maybe it's all they had is their connection to music. The way to ease stress was to jam out to their favorite artists that would pop up and discover new people and become inspired and just fall in love with rock and roll. I thought that was such a beautiful thing. Even putting people by name in the artwork was just fantastic because that was a way to connect people. And I say the best way to connect with people all around the world is through music, because there's so many bands. I don't even understand the language that they're speaking. I fall in love with some of my favorite bands now are, their native tongue is in German. So music is such a beautiful thing. It's universal. It's the universal language. And back then it was very, very special to have that on the radio. After listening to the song and doing a little bit more research, I didn't want to spoil it before I listened to it. I did learn that I believe the video is newer, but the song was written in the 80s. So I feel like they still kept with the theme of, the 80s, which I thought was very, very special. They did such a wonderful job as well. All of it just flowed so well. But all in all, my favorite parts were the bass, and these tempo changes. The tempo changes were fantastic. They kept you on your toes. I never expected anything. Even got a little piece of a reggae-inspired riff in the middle during that bridge, and it just felt exciting the entire time. It kept my mind just like, I just wanted more and more. I want to hear what else they're capable of. Drums had a beautiful beat the entire time. Everything just all in all worked together so well. It was just a huge, nice coercive masterpiece. Every person in the group was special. They did their part and they all came together and did this. And it was so special, so inspiring. And now I want to get better at guitar because I want to learn some of these riffs. Honestly, that was just so inviting and honestly putting me in a little trance there, I gotta say. But beautiful, all around beautiful. Thank you so, so very much for yet another amazing recommendation. I'm so, so very grateful to you all. And again, thank you so much for 70,000. I'm still looking at the number and completely in shock. So thank you very, very much for that. But let me know in the comments what other Rush songs you would love me to hear. I would definitely love to continue my Rush journey with you all. It's very, very special. But other than that, if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to leave a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and ring that bell as it helps me out greatly and you never miss another video ever again. Kind of a win-win. But other than that, if you want to hang out with me, I also live stream on Twitch every Monday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We also do live reactions on stream every Saturday, so stay tuned. But other than that, videos every single day on this channel, so stay tuned for that. I'll be back tomorrow with some more music. In the meantime, take care of yourself. Remember, I love you so, so very much. And until tomorrow, I love you. Bye!